What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Hannah here, and I am here to bring you another episode of me and my tea. Today's tea is Synergy Trilogy, and it's so good. So, the show that I'm going to be reviewing today is Finding Neverland. Oh my word, I cried throughout the entire thing. It was beautiful, it was moving, it was everything you would expect in an amazing Broadway production. But sadly, I saw it 2.5 weeks ago, so sorry this video is late. I was sick, my fault, you know. But this is what the playbill looks like. It's the center bill because I saw it at the Straws Center, but it's pretty cool. I like it. And then this is what the Broadway playbill looks like. It's signed by the entire original cast, so that's cool. So the whole storyline of the show is pretty much this guy named J.M. Barrie is trying to write a new play in the early 1900s, and he's kind of stuck, you know, has a little bit of writer's block, and he goes to Kensington Gardens where he meets this family of 4 boys and a mother, and the 4 boys pretty much inspire him to write Peter Pan. And that's the storyline for you without any spoilers or anything. So the first thing on my list, because I was sick, by the way, I made a list of things that I want to go over in the video. So if you see me referring back to paper or you hear it crinkling, it's probably the list. Anyway, so comparison to Broadway. Well, as you could already see, the playbills look very different, which I kind of like. I kind of like the picture on the front of the center bill. You know, it shows part of the cast, and I really feel like it gives a good, it gives them, I don't know. If you know what word I'm thinking about, post it in the comments, because I just can't words. Anyway, though, the one thing that I noticed in the Broadway show that was not in the tour was the fact that the first 3 numbers in the Broadway show are not in the tour, and the first 3 numbers in the tour are not in the Broadway show. So the first 3 numbers in the tour are called Neverland, Welcome to London, and My Imagination. And the first 3 numbers in the Broadway production, for those of you who are kind of new to the show, are called, let's see, where is it? Sometimes playbills are really hard to navigate. They're called If the World Turned Upside Down, All of London is Here Tonight, and Pirates of Kensington. Which are really good songs, but honestly, I really liked the revival, I really liked the tour version better. You know, I feel like the tour version songs really introduced the characters a bit better than in the Broadway production. Which, honestly, I love that. It's pretty cool. Let's see. The third thing I have on my list, lighting design. I would give it a 98% for lighting, just because for me there was a bit of too much flood lighting for my taste. Which, for those of you guys who don't know, flood lighting is kind of just the lighting on a stage that is put there just to kind of fill in the dark spaces. But for me, there was a bit too much. Like, it kind of showed a little bit too much. And honestly, that could be because of where I was sitting. I was sitting in the gallery section on House Right. So I'm going to plug a picture of that right here. Great seats, by the way, honestly. There was nobody sitting in front of us, so that was really cool. The next is sound design. Oh my word. I feel really bad giving it this grade, but sound design is a 70%. And I know with tours that a lot of things can go wrong, just like in Broadway, and that's what makes live theater so exciting. But I gave it a 70% because the mics were cracking, they were rubbing against costumes, and my sister, who actually went with me, she doesn't know the show very much. She said that she could not understand every word. So 70%. Next up, costumes. These costumes get 100%. They were amazing. They matched the time period so well. And they looked, from where I was sitting, they looked like they were very easy to move in. Not all of them looked lightweight, but you know, that's what you get with costumes. If you want to be realistic, sometimes you have to be heavy. And that's okay. Next is set design. Again, 100%. Beautiful and very creative, honestly. I loved the Kensington Garden scene. Oh my gosh. It was as if I was actually there, and I've never been there, so that's a plus. Now for the performers. The ensemble, I'll give an 80%. Mostly because at some times they weren't really in sync that much, and it was kind of like they were a bit tired, you know? And I mean, that's totally understandable because we went to go see the show on Saturday, and for those of you who are watching this who are theater buffs, you know that Sunday is the last day of the week for Broadway shows because Monday is their day off. So they go Tuesday through Sunday. So, I mean, they obviously were pretty tired, a lot of fatigue. The kids. Oh my word, 100%. They were just great. They were so cute too, like, honestly. And they had lots of energy, they were really into it, and their voices singing, oh my gosh. It was like listening to baby angels. So awesome. Next up are the principals, not the leads. The leads are J.M. Barrie and Sylvia. The principal actors, I'll give them an 85% because just like the ensemble, they weren't really into it, you know? Like, their acting was really good, but they just weren't into it. They weren't really there, you know? But we do have, my sister and I have two standouts. For me, my standout is, her name is Dee Tomasetta, and she played Peter Pan. Honestly, she had the most energy, and we could tell she really wanted to be there. Like, and she's just so awesome. Like, her voice is amazing, and her dancing, oh my gosh, she's good. And then the second standout, my sister's standout, is, I think his name, Matt Wolpe, W-O-L-P-E. I think that's how you say it. She said that she really liked him because he was extremely enthusiastic and he played his part really well. He was playing the actor who was the original Michael. And oh my gosh, there's a part, spoiler alert, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's a part where Matt Wolpe is supposed to be like hanging on a rope as if he's flying. He was so funny. He was like, you could tell that he was like actually terrified to be on the rope. Now, obviously, the actor himself probably wasn't terrified, but his character was like screaming terrified. It was so funny. And he just, honestly, when he was on the stage, he stole every scene. He was amazing. So, Matt Wolpe, I hope that you have great things in your future. And you too, Dee. You guys, if you're watching this, which you probably aren't, I really hope for great things. Next on my list, speaking of great things, Christine Dwyer. 100%. 110% if I could. Like, she just had this childlike quality that she brought to the mom. By the way, she played Sylvia Llewellyn Davies. oh my word. Like I said, childlike quality, gorgeous talent. And I mean, I've seen her in other roles. I saw her play Elphaba in Wicked. And honestly, like, with an actor, it's so important if you can put both of your characters together and nobody can tell, nobody can tell that you played both of them. The only reason that I knew that she was playing Sylvia was that her name was in the playbill. Like, that was it. Honestly, if I did not know that she was playing Sylvia, I would not have been able to decipher Elphaba and Sylvia, because, like, she's just so good. She's amazing. And the same with Billy Harrigan Ty. He played J.M. Barrie. Again, he was awesome, but I did not give him 100%. I gave him 95, mostly because my sister said that he did not put enough emotion into some scenes, like, not all of them. He was very much there and very, very emotional and energetic in most scenes, but there were like 2 or 3 where he was kind of off, which is expected, you know. It's honestly, we're all humans, you know, we're fine. But his singing voice, oh my word, he is amazing. Like, if he had a cast album or just a regular album, I would buy it, and I would buy like 10 of them because he's that good. And the one thing that I really wanted to talk about, though, was my stage door experience. The kids, Christine and Billy, were the ones to come out. They were the only ones that I saw come out. The kids were really cute and sweet, but, you know, they had to go with their parents, and I wasn't able to take a picture with them. But I did get a picture of me with Christine and me with Billy, so I'll plug those 2 right now. Christine, she was very nice. She thanked us for coming, and like I said, she took a picture with me. Also, this is really cool. I told you that I saw her play Elphaba in Wicked. Well, I did not see her play Elphaba on Broadway. I saw her play Elphaba when she was at the Strauss Center in like 2011 on tour. And I brought that playbill for her to sign, and she goes, "You still have this?" And I was like, "Yeah." It was amazing. And she was like, "Oh my word, thank you." It was so cool. I fangirled a lot afterwards. And Billy, oh my word, he was so sweet. Like I said again, he took a picture with me, and he listened to this little story that I had. Pretty much when I was 6 years old, my grandmother, who used to live next door, she bought Kathy Rigby is Peter Pan on VHS for me. And I watched that with my grandma every single day for 2 years straight. And the only reason we stopped at 2 years was because my grandma moved from across the street to Mississippi. So I couldn't go over every day. I live in Florida, not Mississippi. But my grandma did promise me that when Kathy Rigby did a tour of Peter Pan, we would go see it together. And Kathy did do a tour of Peter Pan, but sadly my grandma passed away the year before that. So my mom and I went to see Peter Pan in memory of her, and she was the reason why I cried throughout the entire show of Finding Neverland. And I don't normally cry for things like that. Like, it takes a lot for me to cry, but I did. In fact, when we were leaving the stage door, I looked at my sister, because she was sniffling during the show. I looked at her and I said, "Laura, did you cry during the show too?" She goes, "No, I'm just getting over a cold, but you sure did. I could hear you." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." And of course I was crying then too, because of telling the story and everything. But all in all, I would give Finding Neverland, the tour, an 88%. You know, it was pretty good. Like I said, not an A, but a B is still really good. And honestly, I would totally recommend you guys going to see it, because it's so worth it. Take your kids, Take your wives, take your husbands, take your boyfriends, take your girlfriends. Go alone, go with your best friend, go with your sister like I did. Just go see it. It is so good. And that's my review. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.